Hi everyone, and welcome back to the MitchCaptureImagery podcast. I'm Mitch. On this podcast, we'll explore photography, mindfulness, the stories behind images, and the way creativity shapes our lives. Sometimes we dive into technical or artistic ideas, other times into more personal reflections. Whatever the theme, it's always about curiosity, slowing down, and looking beyond the surface of things. Today's episode is called From Camera to Mind, and this is the first video recorded podcast, so I'm excited about that. I finally decided to show my face and put this as a face to the name, or name to the face. So yeah, let's go. So photography as a thinking tool. For me, photography has never been just about creating an image. It's about the way it reshapes how I think. I remember early on walking with my camera and constantly scanning for subjects. It wasn't about snapping random things. It was about asking, what here is worth capturing? What story is this scene trying to tell? That constant questioning slowly became a habit outside of photography too. Suddenly, everyday situations felt like little compositions. How can I frame this? What angle haven't I tried yet? Or what haven't I seen yet? It's like the cameras rewired my brain to think in this term of perspective. So the brain on photography. I'll give you an example. One afternoon I was shooting out and about. I noticed a glass building reflecting not just light, but the movement of people walking by. At first glance, it looked chaotic, messy, but as I watched, I started to see patterns, shapes, repetitions, rhythms. I framed it, clicked the shutter, and ended up with a shot that reminded me sometimes order is hidden inside what looks like disorder. This moment taught me more than photography. It reminded me that if you stay with something long enough, your brain starts to find connections. Photography is like pattern recognition training, and it makes you carry the same way of thinking into other parts of life. Creativity beyond the lens. Photography also affects how I approach creativity in general. A while back, I was working on a project that wasn't going well. Nothing seemed to fit. I caught myself thinking, okay, if this was a photo, what would I do? And the answer was obvious. I changed my position, reframe, maybe cut out the distractions. That simple shift helped me see the project in a new way. Photography teaches you that sometimes the solution isn't to force it, it's to move, reframe, or let go of what doesn't belong. It's a problem solving by composition. Photography also changes how I remember things. One of my favourite personal examples was a family barbecue. There was nothing dramatic going on, just people talking, laughing, and people collecting plates from the barbecue, people collecting plates, passing plates around, grabbing some food. And I could just see my family members laughing, and mid-laugh, the lighting come across, so the sunlight come across their faces really nicely. And I didn't take the photo, but I just remembered it being a really nice picture that I could have taken. Not because it was technically perfect, but because it captured something memory might have blurred over time. And every time I look at it or think about that shot previously, I don't just remember the moment, I remember the feeling. And that's how photography works on the mind. It becomes part of you, of how you store that meaning. It becomes part of how you store your meaning, slowing down and mindfulness. But maybe the biggest change photography brings to the mind is patience. I found myself standing in the same spot for about 15 minutes, just waiting for the right light or the right person to walk into frame. That habit has taught me to slow down, not just with photography, but with life. Instead of rushing, I now ask myself, what if I wait? What if I just watch? What if I let things come to me instead of chasing them? Photography rewires you to live with more attention, more curiosity, and more calm. So today, we've looked at how photography just doesn't shape images, it shapes minds, it teaches perspective, it strengthens creativity, it changes memory, and it encourages mindfulness. If you felt photography changes the way you think, I'd love to hear about it. Has it influenced your problem solving, the way you notice details, or even the way it remembers most important things, those treasured memories. You can rate it, you can review it, all those good things. And yeah, thank you for listening. Bye for now.